Okay.
Everybody recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Gabby, you're gonna do the intro on 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Stars on the mic, we're back. Elton Aguilera here. Today we have the pleasure to speak to
Sierra Itam, Conservatory Director at Area Stage.
So we are here at the Inclusion Theater Project, a neurodiverse performing arts program located in South Miami. Thank you so much for having us here today. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Tell us, what is your role here at the Inclusion Theater Project?
So I am the Conservatory Director here at Area Stage. So what that means is I run the conservatory program. So all of our student group and private classes, our ITP program, basically all of our conservatory shows kind of fall under my umbrella of theatrical education here at Area Stage.
So tell us about Area Stage. Like, how did it start? What are some key members, some key productions that you've had over the years?
Sure. So Area Stage was founded in 1989 by Maria and John Rodaz. They are still our executive directors, so they're still very present in everything that we do here at the theater. We started off in Lincoln Road and then moved into the Riviera Theater, and when that got torn down, we moved here in 2020 to Sunset Place.
Very cool.
Yeah, and we've been doing amazing productions within the conservatories, which is our student programs and our main stage programs. And ITP came into play in 2014. It was kind of a brainchild of Maria and how she wanted to bring inclusion into the theater. She saw a gap in the Miami arts programming and what South Florida had to offer to our neurodiverse populations, and she wanted to bring that, close that gap here.
So the Inclusion Theater Project, or ITP as you say, that's what we're here to talk about. We want to talk about that. So tell us about that. You know, like you said it started 2014.
Yeah.
What age ranges does it go through? How do people get involved? What are some key shows that you guys have put together?
Sure. So we serve anywhere from elementary age students to adult actors.
Okay.
Our mission with our ITP project is to give performing opportunities and education to neurodiverse population that is underserved in our community, really. And not just to give them performing opportunities, but to also educate them as professionals and to treat them just as every neurotypical student would be treated in a theater program. So they put on professional productions.
That's
like
incredible.
We just did Annie Jr. and it was fantastic. Before that, we did Anastasia, a full production of Anastasia. And I mean, it is like fully professional, fully lighted, sound, and they rehearse just like every other student.
So they come in for rehearsal?
Yeah, they come in for rehearsal. They take group classes, they take private lessons, they take it in voice acting and dance.
I'm loving all that. And so they come in for rehearsal. What about the staff that actually work with the children?
Yeah. So our staff is a combination of professionals and actual working actors in the community. Our lead, our ITP director is Irma Becker. She really is like, this is her baby. She like loves this like it's her own, and she really loves and treats every student within the ITP program like they are, one of a kind, because they are. And she's one of our dance instructors, our lead dance instructors. She specializes in the Royal Academy of Dance curriculum, which she also teaches to our ITP program.
So I'm going to ask you things that just popped into my head. Like,
Sure.
I could know, like a child, on the spectrum, things like remembering lines, standing in place, having to wait for extended time. How do you guys accommodate or support, the children that need those accommodations?
Yeah, sure. So our production rehearsal schedules run longer than our typical conservatory program shows run.
Okay.
So while one conservatory program show, our rehearsals will run for about maybe 6 weeks, our ITP program will go for 8 to 10 weeks. And then we'll put on a performance from there.
Okay.
We also have accommodation tools and things like that, like headphones.
Oh,
So for our our students that have sensitivities and sound sensitivities and things like that, we'll pull out the headphones for them.
Okay.
We also have staff on hand that specifically works with neurodiverse students, that goes and does outreach in the community with neurodiverse students on the regular. So they're well versed in all of the kind of activities. But not just that, but they really get to know every kid here. So they know all the quirks, they know all the isms, they know all the things that make them tick. And they kind of really specialize that rehearsal schedule and that educational experience to each of them.
Yes, I say all the time, to really, really work inclusion comes down to just, you got to know the kid. You have to know them. Like you said, you got to learn their quirks, their mannerisms, and you also got to learn the family. Like the family, you got to know the family, know their needs and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's all amazing stuff. So what would you say has been ITP's, if you could highlight a past production, like something that just really sticks out, what would you say would be an amazing past production?
So I think one of our most recent productions was Anastasia.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys know the story or the music, or it's really difficult. It's a really difficult score for any kid to learn. And they really, really transformed the space here at Area Stage. They turned the theater into a train. So the whole space,
That's so cool.
So the audience sat in the train while the actors acted around them. And for neurodiverse actors to, engage with an audience in that way and kind of hold their lines and stay true to characters. And I don't just say that because it was, a neurodiverse production.
Yes.
It was professional.
That's
it was hands-on, one of the most beautiful productions that we've put on.
When did it run?
It ran in December, I believe.
Oh, so it just passed.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay, so we are in a live theater production. This is a theater company. I want to say, from the aspect of a child and a family, walk us through a rehearsal. So the family comes, they bring the child. Tell us, how does it work? They walk us through it from the viewpoint of the child. What if the child has an RBT? All that stuff.
Yeah, all of that is accommodated.
Okay.
We love that, actually. That's another hands-on for us, right? So a student comes into the theater, they're signed up, let's say they're signed up for our next production, which is Seussical, and rehearsals actually start next week. So they'll come in, a student will get dropped off. We ask that the parents stay in the lobby. We find that we want, one of the biggest things for us here at Area Stage is to encourage independence and confidence. And
independence, I say it all the time.
And we find that if the parent is here, they're going to want to be with the parent. So we ask that the parents stay in the lobby so that they can experience class with the other students just like any other student. And that's really our goal, is to make these students feel like any other student. So they come in. Let's say it's the beginning of a production, so we'll do some auditions. We'll ask them to prepare a song from the production. That they might learn a couple bars of, 4 bars of, and we walk them through it. And if they have a behavioral therapist, that someone comes in with them, learns the lines with them, we
So
get into it.
They're learning lines.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, moves with them.
I know plenty of RBTs. So the RBTs are learning lines and everything like that. I love it.
Yeah, so we include everybody who's here to be a part of the group, but also encouraging the RBTs to really, encourage the students to get in there and, be themselves and things like that. I mean, in the rehearsal process, if we find that a student is having a specifically hard time with maybe a set of dance moves, we spend more time.
Okay.
We dedicate the extra person, the extra coach to that student and that dance move, and we dedicate the time to it because that's what we're here for.
Inclusion, I love it.
Yeah, we've had kids here to come in mute and leave singing. We've had kids that couldn't look you in the eye and look at an audience and belt, and we really do believe that the arts and arts education is transformative.
I'm speechless. This is so amazing. This is awesome. Okay, so you did a little drop. You mentioned Seussical.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. When is it? Are you still accepting people? How can parents sign up? Tell us about it.
So Seussical Junior is in the world of Dr. Seuss. So it's Horton Meets a Who, it's Cat in the Hat, it's all of Dr. Seuss's most beloved characters come together and teach the story of friendship. And it's a very transformative, bright, and fun story. Yeah. And the music is fun and it's exciting and things like that. So they're really excited about that show.
So if parents want their child to participate in Seussical, how can they sign up or register?
Yeah, so they can enroll. They can go to our website at areastage.org and navigate to the conservatory.
All right.
And there we have ITP. And if you scroll all the way down, you'll see Seussical. And there's a big button that says enroll.
Love it. So enrollment for Seussical and everything, what other programs, classes you guys offer for the children?
So we offer all kinds of different classes in dance, voice, and acting. We offer private lessons in all of those disciplines. We also have a ballet class that is the Royal Academy of Dance curriculum. So they test through the Royal Academy of Dance get a certificate through them. We also have adult acting classes, and we have acting and musical theater classes for all of our ITP students. All of those you can enroll through our website. And we also have a very robust scholarship program where we have, a few spots available. So please don't hesitate to inquire about that.
Well, so areastage.org.
Areastage.org.
So awesome. Anything else you guys have going on that the parents need to know about?
Oh my God, so much. So our next production is Lady Miasma, which is an original play by our artistic director, Giancarlo Rodaz. It's a fantastical horror, and it's like Dexter meets like your princess story. That's currently in rehearsal and production with our student professionals, which is our more adept, more advanced students in our conservatory. We also will have Seussical Junior with our neurotypical conservatory students, which if you have, siblings, we offer sibling discounts, so you can have your kids in both, and all the things.
Parents would love to hear that.
Yeah.
All right, so to make all this possible, who do we have to thank? Oh,
I have a list. I don't want to forget anybody. Well, first and foremost, we have to thank John and Maria. None of this place that we're in, none of it would be possible without them, and the coaches, and Irma Becker, who is the ITP director of this program. None of it would be possible without them. But in terms of like specifics,
yeah, you gotta think there's always people with them.
Yeah, we first and foremost love to thank the Children's Trust.
Trust.
Our programming depends on the grant programs that are out here in South Florida, and the Children's Trust is something that is just so instrumental to what we do here. The City of Coral Gables, APD, the City of Miami Beach, Miami-Dade County, the Miami Foundation, the Dosel family, the Perez Foundation, Performing Arts Readiness.
Love it. Thank you to all those.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for having us here and inviting us into this theater, this amazing place.
Oh, thank you. Everyone's welcome at the theater.
And scene.